welcome to Covert Narcissist 101. Thank you for joining me. Haven't subscribed? Please do. Guys, today's topic is three things you should know, three things your kids should know with the covert narcissist and the ever-changing new supply. Three things to do or to know when it comes to the covert narcissist and their changing new supplies and your children. Now, first of all, guys, we know that I mentioned this in a previous video where I said normally you should let the kids know somehow that these are the people that need constant attention. That these are people that need people constantly cheering them on. So they need people around them all the time. They need somebody around them all the time. And of course, you're not going to tell them this is a covert narcissist. Depend on what age the child is. It is not really something you should do or diagnose them, even though you know that's what they are. But you're not going to start telling them this is your dad or your mom is a covert narcissist, But they at least understand that these are people that needs to have people, always around them. They need cheerleaders all the time, So one of the things, first thing you should do, first important thing you should do, is to know your limitation when it comes to this. Know your limitation when it comes to that. That means where your control stops. So how or who the covert narcissist is with every week, every 2 weeks, every month is something that you really can't control. And when you are trying to co-parent with them and they have visitation time or they stay with the covert narcissist, this is something obviously you can't change or you can't warn them about. Because if you do mention or you're still talking to the covert narcissist, oh, stop bringing all these people around my child or this and that, guess what will happen? The covert narcissist always does the opposite of whatever you say. Whatever they feel like is going to get to you, that's exactly what you say. That's exactly what they will do. So they will come at you. They will even bring more people around. They will even make sure that when they're coming to pick up the children, that person is there. Or when you are they're coming to visit, that person, they're going to be all up in your face with it. Why? Because they figured, oh yeah, this is something that I'm going to use to make them mad. So they do more of it. So you know your limitation. You start with that. That there's nothing you can do with the people that they keep having in the revolving door, people they keep having in their life. What your limitations are is just where it concerns your child or your children, or what they should know about this. So that's the first step, is to know that part, what the limitations are. The second part, guys, is that this is when you not prepare the kids. To prepare the kids' expectations. So first of all, they already know, you already explained this to the people that need people, constant people around them. And then you already know what your limitations are in terms of who they are with at any point in time. Now you need to prepare your children expectations. So when you now let them know, this is somebody that needs people around them all the time, which means, that sometimes when you go visit, you might not find, maybe the last week you went over there and you found Kate. In 2 weeks when you come to visit again, it might be Jane, or it might be Bill or Brian, or whatever it is, that there's always somebody there, because these people need constant cheerleaders. So when you have the kids know or they expect that anytime they go there, or anytime if they're living with them, that chances are, if they've seen Brian twice this past week, that maybe the next week it might be somebody else, and they understand that this is what to expect. So they're not startled or like worried, like, why is there somebody else in there? Because you already prepared them that this is what these people need. This is what is to expect. So you prepare the kids on the expectation of what to see when it comes to this person. The last one, guys, is that, of course, to make this known that this is not about the children. Make it known that it's not about children. Because I know when the covert narcissist and I, when he moved out, and the next time the kids went over the first time they went over to visit him in his apartment, there was a woman there already. And then my son, I remember, said, how can one person replace two kids? Because he thought this was, and because the covert narcissist, while he was there, wasn't present. You know how they are. They are physically present, but they are not attached to anybody. They are not communicating with their family. They are on their phone or doing whatever they want to do. So they already know that he wasn't attached to them. So now that they finally moved out, you're thinking that, okay, maybe it's time to bond with your children now that you have your own space and whatever. No, when he went and did was to grab somebody else and put in there a stranger. no introduction, no whatever, no easing in. Bam, there's a woman in the apartment when they went to visit, and that's what my son said. So of course, this is where you're not, like I said, trying to make it known to them. This is not about you. This is not about you. And you're able to pass this message across if you understand the previous steps, which is how these people need some people around them for cheerleaders, and the fact that your expectation where this is a concern, and preparing the kids of what to expect when it comes to that person. So when you get to the point, and then on the third point, which is this is not about them, they would know that this has nothing to do with them. This is all about the person, because you don't want the kids, or they might feel like, oh, we are not good enough, that's why you got somebody else. Depending on the age the kid is, they're already been replaced. They feel replaced, by the new supply and the new supply's children usually, So, but when you make this, when the kids understand this, that this is not about them, because they already know what to expect. They already know that this is what people that need cheerleader. They already know that you on your own part can't do anything about it to stop who comes to, who they date or who they're living with or whatever flavor of the month is at that time. It makes it easier for the kids. The kids understand at this point that this is not about them, so they don't internalize it. They don't make this about them. That's the last thing. You do never really want that to happen. That everything the covert narcissist does, is a decision they took, is on them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you or to do with them. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind. And thanks.